Hello everyone, my name is Wyatt. Welcome to XALT Ministries. Today we're going to look at God Is On the Move by 7th Time Down. This song is going to be in the key of F sharp, and to accomplish this, we're actually going to do a key of E, and we're going to capo 2nd fret. So capo on the 2nd fret for this one, playing on standard E chords. And we're actually going to be doing two separate chord portions in this video. The reason why is we're going to have like our standard chords of E for our verses and our chorus, but when we get to the bridge, there's a couple extra chords that only the bridge has, and they're a little bit more intuitive. So we're going to do a separate section just for that, and then we're also going to talk about the strum pattern for that in itself. So really, this is almost like a two-part tutorial where we have chorus, verses, and then we just have bridge. So real quickly, let's get to the chords used for this song that you'll be using the chorus and the verse and some of the bridge, and see what the key of E chords and how they're formed. Alrighty, so chords for God Is On the Move by 7th Time Down. We're doing the key of E, so we have normal E, A, B, and C sharp minor. Okay, so let's start off this real quick. Let's go with the A real quick. Your A is the standard. It's called A2 is its official name. We're just gonna call it A, and that's gonna be a mute open. Make sure muted. Open 2 2 open open. Okay, let's go to E now real quick. We're gonna hop these two fingers up each a string, drop our pointer finger down, no muting. That's gonna be our E. So you have an open 2 2 1 open open. So you have A2 and standard E. Okay. Now let's throw in the B and C sharp. The B and C sharp minor are going to both be the exact same chord formation, meaning that your fingers are actually not going to leave the I guess when I'll say the formation that there is, or how you're holding your finger. Like if you're just to move this around, your B is here and your C sharp minor is just down 2 more frets. So your B, as a B sus is the official name for this, but then we're going to call this a B, which is going to be a mute 2 4 4 open open, and then the C sharp minor, we're just gonna slide down 2 more, and that gives us our C sharp minor. C sharp minor 7 is the official name of this one, but we're gonna call it C sharp minor, which is a mute 4 6 6 open open. Now, in this video, I told you I was going to do 2 different ones, one for the verse and the chorus, and then another video like this for the bridge. So this is going to be into the first verse video for doing the chords, and then I have a second one that will be coming up once we get to the bridge. So now that we got these chords down, let's see how these chords are put together, and when we get the bridge, we'll show you some more chords again. Okay, now that we got that down, so we have your A, your E, your B, and your C sharp minor. Okay, basic 4 for key of E. To start off on this, the intro is A, E, B, and it's going to sound like this. A, E, B, A. Okay, and you're going to repeat that twice, so it's going to go like this. And you're gonna keep doing this throughout the first verse. So your first verse is actually just gonna be an extension of the intro's chords. So you're just gonna be doing down strums for the entire verse. So when you come out of your intro, it's gonna be like this. Anytime a heart turns from darkness to light, anytime temptation comes and someone stands to fight, anytime somebody lives to serve and not be served, I know, I know, I know, I know. And so that is how your first verse is going to go. So it's all going to be down strums. Remember, A, and then take a pause, and then E, B. And so that right there is your entire first verse. So it's A, E, B, and it's continuous. Now, when we start getting into the verses where they actually start picking up a little bit of speed, on the I know, I knows, you can either do a no chord, or you can do an A chord. So you can do I know, I know, I know, I know, or I know, and you could do no chord. It's totally up to you and how you want to do it. Now, when we get to the chorus is going to start out on the C sharp minor. Before I get to this, strum pattern right now is on your screen. This strum pattern, For some odd reason for me, I have a hard time starting out this strum pattern unless I do one down strum, just one down strum. Some reason I just cannot get the 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2. I just can't start out, so I start with 1. I can't do. It just, for some reason, does not work. Now, if you can do it, that's great. I personally need the first down strum to start it. That's okay, as long as you don't try to incorporate your speed off of that. Or another, at least I hope I'm saying that right. You still want your strum pattern to be on time, so your 1 is going to have to come outside of that timing if you do that first down strum. So when I have my C sharp minor, I say, God is on the move, hallelujah, God. Okay, so it's a very fast song. You're going to start off on the C sharp minor, God is on the move, okay, to A, on the move, hallelujah, E, God is on the move, to B, in many mighty ways, and then you're going to repeat that chord progression again. So you have God is on the move, hallelujah, God is on the move today. And then now we're going to go back to the intro and the verse. We have the down strum, so it goes. And then you go into verse 2. So let's go through this real quick, and I'll show you how it goes. We're going to start at the verse 1. Actually, start right at the intro. So we got this. Anytime my heart turns from darkness to light, anytime temptation comes and someone stands to fight, anytime somebody lives to serve and not be served, I know, God is on the move. Whoop, I just lost my pick. Hold up. Okay, so we got through the first verse. Let's start that again. I know, God is on the move, hallelujah. God is on the move in many mighty ways. God is on the move, hallelujah. God is on the move today. Now you can strum through the A, E, B on the interlude if you want to, so you can on the move today. So we're going to go right into verse 2. So we have the exact same chord progression for verse 2 that we had for verse 1. The difference is we're going to be strumming through it instead of just down strums. So we're going to keep going with the strum pattern. And so remember, it's A, E, B. So you can come right out on the move to, so on the move today, go through the interlude. Anytime in weakness someone falls upon their knees, or speaks it, or dares to speak the truth that sets men free. Anytime the choice is made to stand upon the word. And now we're going to do the A chord for the I know, since we're kind of going in a rhythm. I know. And then we're going to go right back into the chorus. God is on the move, hallelujah. God is on the move in many mighty ways. God is on the move, Sorry. It's very humid in my room, and my pick is sweating, and I'm sweating, so my pick is sliding around. So if I stop this, because I have to reposition my fingers. So we're going through the chorus. Now, to go through the bridge real quickly, we're going to switch back into our chord view, into chord POV real quick, and we're going to look at the bridge chords. We have a couple extra chords we incorporate, but I don't want them doing through this way because it'd be a lot easier for you to see the finger formations doing it up close. So real quick, we're going to switch back to chord POV, check the chords out, and then we're going to come back to the bridge and we'll show you how this part's put together. Okay, now that we're to the bridge, there's two chords that I'm going to show you real quick. We already know how to play your E, right? Sorry, no mute. Okay, here's what we're going to do to play an E over G sharp. That's one of the chords that's going to be on here. If you have the chord sheet, it'll be on there. If the chord sheet is not when I submit it, I will have a comment below that will list the proper chords. Okay, give me just a moment. Okay. And so with this, since I can stretch, because this is your G. So over a G sharp means your G sharp is going to be your new root note. And since we have E, which is our capo technically, is now our E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. So we got to somehow finger all the way down here on the 4th fret and work on here. So that, I mean, that is a really, really big stretch if you want to do it that way. Me personally, I cannot stretch my pinky that much. I mean, I guess I could try, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take this finger off and I'm going to take this finger pushing down these 2 strings. If I can get my light in there. I'm going to take this finger and stretch it way down here. Let me see if I can get the ring right. There we go. So, I mean, my fingers really look kind of contorted here. Actually, almost looks like I'm trying to play a different C sharp minor. There is one that's kind of like this. But this is going to be your E over G sharp because we're playing, because this is standard E right here. See? And then we're going to put this guy over the G sharp. Okay, so this is going to be a 4, 2, 2. See, if I got to make sure I get these ringing. 4, 2, 2, 1, open, open. Is going to be your E over G sharp. The next one we're going to look at, you already know what your normal B is, right? So we're doing a B over D sharp. You're thinking, okay, well, that means my D sharp is going to be my new root note. Correct. In order to do this, though, your D sharp is, if you remember, C sharp is here, D sharp is down 2 more. So you're thinking, how are we going to take this formation and kind of get down here? Well, here's a simple part we're going to do. When we're at our C sharp minor, because this chord will come after a C sharp minor in the progression, your progression will be a C sharp minor, B over D sharp, and then A. So your C sharp minor, what we're going to do is we're almost going to kind of flip this chord in a way. We're going to take this finger, drop it down a string, and edge your middle finger just below it. That's going to create the usual, because with your B, your last 2 are here. So we're going to use those same 2 strings, and now we're going to take this finger and come up here and hit the D sharp. Still muting the top. That's your B over D sharp right there. So what we have now is, instead of like a C sharp minor where we have a 4-6-6, we now have a 6-4-4, and that's now a B over D sharp because we're still using the B arrangement, just moving our root note. So we have a mute 6-4-4 open open, and that's going to be your B over D sharp. So once again, your 2 new chords is going to be your E. Let's see if I can get in here. Your E over G sharp, and if we come down here, it's easier if I look in my there we go. And then we have down here, remember, you're gonna like I said, your formation is gonna come over top, and if I'm going by frets, over top of your 9th fret, even though I'm capoing 2nd, I'm just gonna say 9th because the dots are easy to recognize. So if they go, where do my hands go? Remember, you're gonna be over top. Your formation will be over top of the 9th fret because your 12th fret is the double dot. So that'll be over to your 9th fret, and that's gonna be your B over D sharp. So we have, whoops, hold on, I messed up. It's gonna be over your 7th fret, not your 9th fret. I don't know how I got that wrong. So we have C. Your progression will be C sharp minor, B over D sharp, A, and then that E over G sharp, A, B. And you'll see that more in the video coming right up right now. Alright, now that you're past this part, on the bridge, this right here is also going to be a very fast strum. Because remember, if I can switch ahead real quick, I have it on YouTube. If we can go. Okay, here it is. Now you notice how they have 3 strums. They have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 strums. Those 3 strums are 3 different chords. Your first one is going to be C sharp minor, and you can do this 2 different ways. You can do it to you can simplify the chords so you can warm up to the progression better. Then you can switch to the actual chords being used. Now, to do the simple chords, you really don't have to. With the bridge chords I just showed you, If you want to do it simple, don't worry about those chords. We're going to do the simpler ones, which are already done in the rest of the song. Your simple chords are going to be C sharp minor to B to A. That's going to be your first progression. So I'm like, so you have C sharp minor, B, A. Second set of chords is going to be E, A, B. So you have C sharp minor, B, A, E, A, B. Oops. And then when you do this, now here's the really interesting thing on this bridge. If you've listened to the song, this bridge is almost completely out of timing, but they still pull it off. The reason why is they're really going off the singer and they still have the timing in their heads. So what they say is, I see a generation standing on the truth, and each and every nation God is on the move. Okay, so they keep the timing, but that's how they do it. It's just down strum. So you have, and each and every nation. Oh, sorry. I see a generation standing on the truth, and each and every nation God is on the move. Okay. Now that's the simple way to do the chords. Now let's look at the chords in the way they actually are. And for this, we just did that previous video where I showed you the B over D sharp, and the E over G sharp. Those are really just modifications. The biggest one being the B over D sharp, because like I showed you, you're still using these two fingers here, but you're switching where your root is. Your root is now on the D sharp instead of the B. So it's gonna be a little weird because you're gonna kind of flip around your C. So, and I'm still kind of learning these a little bit. I've gotten the E over G sharp down a little bit because I had to change up my fingering a little bit as I showed you. So we have C sharp minor to the B over D sharp to the A, and then E over G sharp, A, B. So if you do it the correct way, or the way this is meant to be played, so you're gonna do this. So we have, I see a generation, and then we have speaking on the truth. It's a little, once I get to it, it'll be a little easier, but that gives you an idea of what chords we're looking for. And so this is the bridge that we're going to be doing, and then from then on, we're going to go now into the verses and the chorus and the bridge again, because the only thing we have after this is the verse 3. So let's go into verse 3 real quick, because we kind of have, I see a generation standing on the truth, and each and every nation God is on the move. Okay? Now, that comes out of our bridge. Back into our next verse. Our next verse, we're going to do A, E, B again, just like we did in our other verses. So we have, anytime this gospel's there's a searching soul, and someone says, send me, here I go. I know, God is on the move. Okay, we're going right back into the chorus. So once we get the verses and the chorus going together, it's very easy to keep the tempo of the song. The only difference being the bridge kind of just goes. Okay. Anyways, that's how to do this song. So yeah, we have a lot of down strums. We're just down strums. We have strumming pattern. We have the bridge chords as well as the other chords. So that is going to be the end of this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any more suggestions on which songs you want me to do next that I haven't done and do my best, please leave them in the comments below or leave it on the discussion board on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching and have a blessed day.